2% of the gross domestic product. That's what the Indian government spends on healthcare and has been spending for the last decade. It is among the lowest in the world, even lower than Nepal and Sri Lanka. And the result is this.
We just have to invest on strengthening and ramping up our public health infrastructure for the whole set of preventive and curative treatment that corona required.
2/3 of the expenditure on health in the country is from people's pockets, way over the global average of 18.2%. And this is pushing 63 million Indians into poverty every single year.
Lack of health investments can have heavy economic costs, as this pandemic has taught us. As you know, we opted for a heavy-handed total lockdown out of compulsion because we were not confident of our hospital's preparedness. COVID crisis has been a stress test for healthcare delivery systems. It amplified existing gaps within healthcare delivery systems, caused panic and forced knee-jerk reactions. I think strong health systems who were cautious in their response and not overconfident are faring better than the others. Ample investments as well as a sense of alertness in the system are both necessary.
The COVID-19 pandemic has pushed India's healthcare sector into the ICU. Infrastructural inadequacies, lack of funding and poor human resource management have been some of the impediments in India's COVID-19 containment strategy. The government says healthcare infrastructure has been padded up during the lockdown.
बेहतर कंटेनमेंट किया गया, बेहतर सर्विलेंस किया गया, हाउस टू हाउस सर्च की गई, टेस्टिंग को 3 गुना बढ़ा दिया गया.
But there is still a woeful lack of human capital. Non-payment of salaries to healthcare workers is an everyday story.
Nurses working at 9,500 rupees a month, and there are about 4 nurses for looking after 100 patients on oxygen. I mean, it is completely ridiculous. Whether it is a patient-caregiver ratio, whether it is the amount of money you're paying, or the amount of work you're getting out of them. So almost every day, somebody or the other is on strike.
Health reforms and initiatives have been put in place.
In May this year, the government announced a fiscal stimulus of 20 lakh crores to incentivize private investments in healthcare.
The fiscal stimulus for improving our health system must be principally directed towards strengthening our public sector facilities, right from primary healthcare to district hospitals and medical college hospitals. Incentives to the private sector should go into better production of personal protection equipment.
Private hospitals, which account for 2/3 of hospital beds and almost 80% of ventilators, are handling less than 10% of the critical load of COVID-19 patients.
The CGHS and the insurance patients will pay as per the ongoing contracts of the hospitals with these institutions, and patients paying out of pocket will only pay the COVID rates set by the government. Now, you can't really expect the private hospitals to charge any lesser because then they will become non-viable.
Experts say that this can't be a band-aid sort of a solution. We have to do a rethink, a relook at how we manage the healthcare system in the country. There is a huge opportunity in this crisis because if nothing else, the pandemic has clearly shown that a robust healthcare system, a healthy population surely will give better economic outcomes. In that sense, India has a long way to go, but our time is now. In New Delhi with video journalist Nizam, Sneha Murdani for CNN News 18.